Welcome to EDC Journeys. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Enjoy! What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey this time? We are sharpening the Civivi Rustic Gent. I've already got my knives tipped fingers here. And I'm going to still try to maintain using the same kind of generic stones I've been using on the sharpening, just because it's kind of like an everyday stone that a lot of people would have. This is the coarsest grit right now. Hang on a second, I'm going to put something under that so it doesn't slide so much. Alright, we're back. Put a little piece of that shelf liner stuff under it. Let's put a little more of the Jeff Jewel juice on it. It's just water and Dawn, basically. I put a little bit of mineral oil in it as well, but just a touch. And let's get going. I'll probably pause throughout once I get going on certain stones and the motion becomes repetitive. I'll probably pause and continue and then start again when I make a change. So at first, like always, I am finding my angle, getting kind of comfortable on the stone, and I'm going to work one side until I develop a burr, and I'll describe that as it happens. Let me see if you guys can see. Yeah, I know my hands are in the way, but hang on just 1 second. Alright. So I lock my wrist and just raise my elbow. Oop. Sometimes I use the marker method that Jared taught me. Other times I use I kind of stand the tip. And then when I raise my elbow and I get to the tip, I can kind of feel where I need to stop. It just depends what the knife shape is, really. I tend to do the tip part, when I get my bevel set and get my angle muscle memory right. Alright, let's take a look. Okay.
And so now I'm just continuing on this side until I develop a bird. Trying not to use any pressure. Hang on 1 second.
Alright. This Smith silicon carbide stone is kind of glazed over, I find, so I don't know if I think I might have to recondition it. It's not what's the word I'm trying to think of here as I do this? It's not cutting the steel very well. So We'll see what happens in a few minutes, but if it doesn't start cutting a little better, we'll switch over to a Shapton 325 or maybe even diamond just to get it going.
So I'll pause the video now because I'm just going to keep going like this for a while until I develop that burr. And if I switch stones, I'll let you know first.
Okay, guys, so the silicon carbide stone is got to be reconditioned. I think it's glazed over or clogged up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it out, but not right this second. I'm gonna just put it aside, dry it off, and switch to the handheld Smith diamond stones and get this bevel going. So I will put that aside. Yeah, you can see I was working at it for a few minutes, and really, it's not performing as well as it was originally. So, and on the diamond stone, I do like to use actual honing oil. So I'll start this off just like I did before, and then once I get in a pattern that's pretty repetitive, I will pause the video. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Actually, you can see this a little better than the stone. Now, you don't use pressure with the silicon carbide either, but with diamonds, you definitely don't want to use any pressure. You're just going to ruin your diamond stone, which I've done. Let's see how that looks. I know it's not going to be done yet, but let's check out the progress. Oh yeah, you can see already the diamond, the pattern is already taking to the D2. That's another thing to bear in mind is this is D2 tool steel, so it will take a little longer to develop a burr than your average steel. Okay, so I'm going to continue pretty much like this on this one side on this coarse diamond stone until I develop a burr. And once that happens, I will bring the camera back online. Alright everyone, I'm back on the silicon carbide stone for a little while. I think I underestimated both the hardness of Civivi's D2 as well as the non low grit stones I have. In other words, I need to get some lower grit stones. This is definitely glazed over. I tried using another silicon carbide little pocket stone to dress it, but it didn't really work out too well. However, that having been said, I do have a burr. So I want to show you. First of all, this is the side that I've been sharpening. Let me try to zoom in on it for you. Kind of hard to see. However, this is the other side, and you can kind of see bits of my fingernail almost coming off on the burr. So, because I've been sharpening on this side, like this, the steel that I've been grinding curls around. Let me zoom back out. I always do that. It comes around and is on this side. So when you're feeling for the burr, you're feeling on the top. I'm just double checking now that I've got the tip and the choil area really good. Okay. Yeah, so I definitely got a burr now. So I'm satisfied with that side. I will now switch to the other side, remove the burr. Let me find my angle. And this is traditionally the side that I'm better at, so hopefully I'll be able to hold the angle better, remove the burr, and develop a new burr faster, even though this is not as low grade as I wish it was right now. I'm going to have to go ahead and get some diamond stones. In fact, I should have some on the way right now. That I'm very excited to show you guys. Okay, so yeah, so the burr is gone and it's just starting to begin working on this side. So I'm going to put some more lube on this stone here and develop a burr on the other side. And then when I have a burr, I will bring you back. You see, I really make sure to get that bottom corner there, and I pull down, maintaining my angle, and then I lift my elbow to get to the tip, and then when I feel my finger hit the stone, I know that I've got the tip really good. And I go back and forth, and it doesn't matter how slow you go. You don't need to go rocket fast like you see some people do. Those people have done it for a while probably. You know, and you can put just the slightest bit of pressure, not really pressure as much as just putting your fingers on a spot to kind of pinpoint where you want to sharpen as well. So, and that's when I tend to do these little shorter strokes like this. I'm kind of doing some pinpointing. Now, the second burr usually comes faster as well. So, okay, so I'm going to continue to work on this for a little while, and then I'll bring you back when I have a full burr. Okay, so either the dressing of this stone worked pretty well, actually, or it just truly was that much faster to develop the second burr because just within a few minutes I was able to, or maybe it was a combination of those two things, or the fact that I'm just naturally better at this side, so maybe a combination of all three of those things allowed me to develop a burr on this side much faster. I'm just trying to get that heel just a touch more. And even when I pinpoint, okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of pressure there, but even when I do that, I always follow it up with a full stroke to try to keep the grit pattern nice and uniform. Okay. So you can see, if I get the fibers off of there, let's clean the blade a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it because I do have the microphone on my face right now, so I'm checking the wrong side first of all. Okay, so at this point what I'll do is, now that I've removed enough steel from each side, I'm going to do a couple strokes back on this side to remove that burr, because I don't want to change stones first of all with a burr, and I also don't want to change stones until this blade is sharp, because your blade should be nice and sharp off of your first stone. So once I remove that burr, which is already removed, I will do alternating strokes now, pretty much the rest of the time, but even on this first original stone.
I'm gonna clean this off just a touch, get some of that grit out of there. Okay. Yeah, when I get those diamond stones, it's gonna be so much nicer. I'll actually have a legitimate low grit stone. And I got a series that should bring me from low grit all the way up to polish as well, so pretty excited about that to come in. We'll see when that happens. That should be pretty cool. And I'm gonna just alternate and get the pattern on both sides now. So it's just a matter of repeating this. I'm gonna shut the camera off and continue until I'm ready to do a sharpness test.
Alright guys, sorry about the start of the video. I got interrupted many times. Someone came to the door and I had to kind of try to sharpen in between to keep the video going. But where we're at is I got a burr on both sides and I've done some single strokes to get the grit, to get the pattern on the edge that I'd like. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a piece of paper. One piece is fine. And we're just gonna, okay, well, whatever. We're just gonna see if it's sharp off of the rough stone. I would say yes. I believe that this is sharp right now off of the roughest stone. And boy, does it have some bite. Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to, let me decide what stone I'm going to go to next. I might play around. Do I want to go to the fine grit diamond, or I might go to natural soft Arkansas.
Okay, I decided DMT 600 grit for this one. We'll see how that goes for a little while. I put some honing oil on it. Like I said, with diamonds, I do like honing oil. Although I've done the Dawn mixture before and it does work, but I just like the way the honing oil works. I do like to hold the stones, as you might know if you've seen my episodes before, especially with diamonds, because I tend to, if I don't hold it, I tend to bear down, which is the last thing I want to do in a diamond stone. Okay, so because I've already removed as much steel as I need to, and it's sharp, we saw it cut through the paper, this is just I guess reformatting the bevel to a better grit, or to a higher grit rather.
You hear the cat meowing in the background.
And it's now the opposite problem where the diamonds are fresh and very gritty. It needs to kind of be worn in a little bit. So this is a perfect opportunity to get the DMT 600 diamond stone worn in. Alright guys, I've been doing some work on this 600 grit DMT stone for a while, and I just wiped off the... Wow, why is it so jumpy? I wonder if it's gonna record like that. It's like skipping around. Well, I'm gonna hope that it's not. Anyways, I just, spent some time going back and forth and back and forth. Here's my edge right now. Let me zoom you in. In fact, let me try this. Don't know if it's gonna work. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not really holding it too steady. Yeah, I gotta practice that before I try doing that with you guys. We'll just zoom in like normal. I wish you could see the grit better. This is the other side now. Maybe it's just my lighting. Well, you can kind of see it there. See the teeth, or whatever you want to call them, right, like right there. So that's the That's the blade where it's at right now. Let's find another piece of paper here. I've been using this one, but that's alright. And again, you know, this is before any stropping. This is right off the diamonds. And again, they were rough diamonds, so the strop's going to do quite a bit. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave it at that grit and try stropping it and see how it goes. Stand by, let me find my strop. Found the strop. Let's see how this works. I've only sharpened, you know, now that I think about it, D2 I've only sharpened a few times, really, even though I have so many knives in D2, that I'm not 100% sure what a good finishing grit is for it. So here's my bevel. And I do want to leave some bite. I'm not looking to make this a mirror polish edge on this particular knife. I feel like maybe I lost a little bit of the bite. Well, maybe not. Let's see. I could probably get a new piece of paper. I don't know. I got a feeling that might be, excuse me, might be plenty sharp. Yeah, see, at no point is it wanting to skip over the paper. Maybe a little bit at the heel, but everywhere going down, it's definitely biting, which I like. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good enough. I am satisfied. Could it be sharper? Probably. But for the type of use that I would use this for, I want it to have that bite. And it's definitely sharp. Okay, so I think all things considered, I can call that a successful sharpening. I didn't hurt the knife at all. The uh, what am I trying to say here? The profile is still maintained pretty well. I didn't lose too much steel. The bevel looks nice. Ooh, it does want to bite. Um, in person, it looks pretty good. I mean, I know that when I zoom in really close, it looks not so great, but uh, it's very difficult to get this on camera. I'm gonna have to figure out how some of you guys get a good look at this. But while sharpening, I did use my loop. I'll try one more time to show you this way. Yeah, I'm more or less just showing you the... Yeah, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to, I'll wipe it down really well, wash it up really nicely, and consider that knife sharp again. That is how I sharpen. Ooh, it is definitely got bite. It is just like I like it. So, you know, there's people who go all the way up to 5,000 grit, 6,000 grit. That's great, and it will slice through paper, it'll cut through cardboard, you know, and even through foods or softer things, but it won't have that bite that will dig into something. You know, like this right now, if I were to draw this through this piece of wood, it wants to. It wants to bite it. And that's what I want out of a knife like this. Alright guys, that's it for this. Okay, so the next sharpening thing I think I want to do, I have a knife that is my old bushcraft knife, I guess you could call it. It's a juggernaut. It's a beast. It's literally a piece of junk. It's just the flat piece of steel. There's no handle. The handle's there, but it's just the tang. There's no handle on it. And it's a Tanto blade that's been very badly misformed over the years between poor sharpenings and misuse. I used it to dig in the ground. Anyways, what I want to do is take that metal. I know the type of steel it is. I'm not going to tell you. We're going to put a decent, thick bevel on it, like a, what am I trying to say? A high and not acute, an obtuse. We're going to put a fairly obtuse edge on it because of what I want to do is take it outside and try doing some more of that batoning, but with this, because it's a, I wish I had it right next to me. I'll show it to you. Because it is a fixed blade. Do I have it here? No. Anyways, because it's a fixed blade, it's in terrible condition. So we'll take it from the terrible condition. We'll put an edge on it. You know, and really, by the way, guys, really any steel can be sharpened too sharp. It doesn't matter how bad it is. It's just then it's how long will it last? You know, what's the corrosion resistance? What's the toughness? So we'll make it nice and sharp, and I will baton with it. We'll see how it does, and you guys will guess what steel it is, and maybe we'll come up with a prize or something. I don't know. All right, that's how I sharpen the Civivi Rustic Gent. Any kind of comments, tips, suggestions, questions? Leave them down below. If you, I'm just admiring that carbon fiber. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up. And for more content like this, consider subscribing and then hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything.